So, about 3 months ago, I graduated from university with a 2-1 in media production, specialising in sound for television. Thank you for asking. And while I'm now qualified enough to drone on about different film theories and all that, here are 17 other things that I learned at uni. When buying kitchen towels, the jumbo roll is actually a lot less economically friendly than buying 2 individual rolls. You see, you're actually much more likely to get more sheets on the 2 rolls combined than on just one jumbo roll alone. So while it may look bigger, it certainly isn't. If you've rather unfortunately managed to get a stain in the carpet and want rid of it as soon as possible, pouring baking soda on it to absorb it is not that effective and will actually just stink out the dining room for several days. The cheapest alcoholic pint in the entire city of Lincoln and surrounding metropolitan areas is the £1.89 pint of Worthingtons in the Anchor, which is one of the many reasons that became my third favourite pub in my 3 years of uni. Notable mentions also go to the Ritz with their £1.99 Ruddles Best and the £2 Burton Bitter in the Still. The word pube is not commonly known in Germany, and so if you use it in conversation with your German friend, they will loudly ask you, "What is pube?" in the pub on a busy Friday night, giving many concerned looks from the nearby tables. There is always more room in the kitchen bin. When filming your student film down a dark alley in the middle of the city, always be on the lookout for rogue poos, just waiting to get all over the bottom of your brand new suede shoes, which will then consequently block your bathroom sink as you frantically try to wash it off, causing your girlfriend to get very unhappy on a walk through the countryside 2 months later, realising that it wasn't a tissue clog in the place she washes her face, but an unknown stranger's turd. While out walking, do remember that what may have been a shortcut in the winter could potentially no longer be a shortcut in the summer, given that grass does in fact grow and can leave you stranded in the middle of a wood, forcing you to use a bollard and a piece of fence to whack away thorny branches and tall grass so you could escape back to civilization again. Because I am not going back the way I came. That's the coward's way out. Giving out your uni address to your mates is basically asking to be sent free carpet samples and disposable women's underwear, so think before you act. The industrial power stations High Marnham and Torksey are completely different places. In fact, one of them doesn't even exist anymore, though it is possible to walk 13 miles before realising, hang on lads, I don't quite think this is the right place. If you're looking for relationship advice on how to escape the friend zone, following YouTube star Tomska into the Witherspoons' toilets will not get you a good solution. If you want to make a good impression on your new neighbours, try your hardest not to send 24 balls over the fence at the housewarming party in less than an hour. When talking of hobbies, nobody really cares that you make YouTube videos in your spare time, but they will actively try to find your worst ones and put them on a loop in the TV studio. Every week. Constantly. Forever. Asking somebody out 14 separate times is not very likely to make them change their mind, but feel free to keep trying anyway. I'm sure you'll get there in the end. Quite unsurprisingly, fondling a minion outside a shop on a busy street will result in a firm telling off from the shop owner. Dancing on the table is not a very good idea. If, after a lengthy and rather mental night out, your friend who's crashing on the sofa decides to throw up all over the living room floor, the best course of action is to already be asleep upstairs, leaving your much more sober housemates to deal with it while you dream of happier things. And finally, nothing will ever be the same again. So even if you feel like things are going horribly wrong and you're not getting anything at all out of this big £30,000 debt, you'll still look back, even less than a year later, and wish you could go back to how things were. To mental nights out on the town, or the house parties, or quiet nights in with your mates playing games. Nothing will ever be able to replace that. And that was 17 things I learned at uni. Among others. That was rubbish.
That was awful. Come on, Bob. Wow, how rude.